Halfway up the mountain, every journey has a moment when you're caught between giving up and going on. You've come far, but the finish line still feels distant. That's the halfway point, the test of your spirit. The wind howled across the slopes of Mount Kiri, slicing through the layers of snow like a blade. For years, Maya had dreamed of reaching the summit, not for fame, not for records, but to prove to herself that she could conquer something that once terrified her. Halfway up the mountain, she stopped to rest. The climb had been harder than she imagined. The air thin, her legs heavy, and her doubts louder than the wind. Below her, the valley stretched endlessly, peaceful and safe. Above her, the peak disappeared into a storm of white clouds. "This is far enough," whispered a voice in her head. "You've already done more than most people would." She looked down at how far she'd come. It was impressive, miles of steep rock and ice behind her. Yet when she looked up, it felt like the mountain was mocking her, towering even higher, daring her to continue. Then her guide, an older climber named Arun, caught up. He smiled quietly, leaning on his ice axe. "Thinking of turning back?" he asked. Maya nodded. "I feels pointless. I'm only halfway. If I stop here, I've done well enough. But if I keep going and fail, I'll have lost everything." Arun chuckled softly. "Funny thing about halfway," he said. "When you're halfway up, you're also halfway down. You can turn around and call it a victory, or you can keep going. Knowing the hardest part is what gives the climb meaning." He pointed upward. "Up there isn't just the top of the mountain. It's the place where you find out who you really are." Maya looked again. Halfway up, halfway down. The same distance either way, but only one direction led forward. With trembling hands, she tightened her straps, dug her boots into the snow, and began to climb again. Every step hurt, every breath burned, but something inside her had changed. The storm still raged, the mountain still loomed, but she was no longer climbing against it. She was climbing with it. Hours later, when she finally stood on the summit, the sky broke open, golden sunlight spilling over the clouds. The world stretched out below her, endless and silent. She smiled, tears freezing on her cheeks. Halfway up, she had doubted. Halfway down, she would have quit. But by choosing to rise, she discovered that the hardest halfway is exactly where the transformation happens. When you're halfway up, you're halfway down. But it's the choice to keep climbing that turns the middle of the journey into the beginning of triumph. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed my story, and thank you for watching.